Hello, students. How are you? I think all you're fine at your home, isn't it? So, students, today we will begin with stanza 4 of the poem If, written by, tell me fast, who written? Yes, Rudyard Kipling. So, here in this stanza, Rudyard Kipling is a son and he written this poem to his son. Yes, yes. This poem is read by a son of Rudyard Kipling, and he has written that my son should behave in a proper manner. Whatever I am writing in this poem is very beautiful, and it is going to change my son's life because this poem consists of ethics, value, morality, and the positive way of uh, behaving in this life. So, this poem is very important for my son, and after reading this poem, my son is going to change his life for a true person, that he is going to be behave in a good manner if he reads this poem. So, this poem is all about in between a son and a father. So, students, this poem is taken for you in this textbook that these all qualities should be followed by you also. So, students, let's begin what is there in this poem. The poem is all about a good ethics in between son and father, where father is writing a very beautiful poem for his son. In the previous three stanzas, the videos for these stanzas is already uploaded in the YouTubes. So what did you learn about this stanza? Yes, the previous stanzas tells the good moral things of his son, that my son should behave in this manner. Here, the son is going to school and he is behaving in a good manner there, and he having a good virtue there. Okay, with all of them, he is doing good things. But in between, his son having some goals. Okay, that goals should be informed to their teachers, so that teacher can teach him a lesson in such a manner that he can achieve his goal in a very positive way. So here teacher is altogether working hard to show his son a positive path in his life, a positive way in his life. So students, here we having a stanza 4. So before beginning the stanza 4, let's recall what is there in the stanza 3. So stanza 3 is all about how to utilize a proper time in his life. So a father is teaching to his son. So here some lines of this stanza 3 reads out here. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on where there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. So here the last line of the stanza might be remembered, tells that keep going even when it's tired and exhausted. So here his father is telling in the previous stanza that you shouldn't give up. Okay, there should be more power, more strength, because you are courageous, bold, and good looking, valor person. You are not covered, who is not going to give up easily. So here his father is telling to his son, you shouldn't never give up easily. You should be always try and try till you achieve your goal, till you achieve the victory in what you are doing. So students, here you have a stanza 4. So the stanza 4 begins here with us. So let's begin what is there in this stanza 4. So before beginning a stanza 4, I will take this black brush and I will tick the sentence which I am going to read it out here. So along with watching this video, you should open your textbook, that where you can write a main points opposite to every other difficult words or difficult sentence, okay, for a better understanding. So students, do it this without fail. So let's begin with the first sentence here. So first sentence is this: if you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch. Okay, this sentence. Here the meaning of the beginning two sentence is: if you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue. If you're talking with the crowds, yes, you should talk with the crowds. And here the crowds signifies to parents, friends, colleagues, bureaucrats, good persons, bad persons, who all available in this society, all are signifies to the crowd here in this poem. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, that you should maintain a good attitude, a positive attitude in front of everyone in this society. You shouldn't lose your virtue. The meaning of virtue is good attitude, good person, okay, good looking person, bold, courageous, and intelligent person. These are the traits of a good person, of a good virtue person. So you shouldn't leave your virtue. It should be followed in every stage of your life. So that's why this sentence is used here in this poem. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, shouldn't lose your virtue. You are a good person. You shouldn't give up your attitude here in front of the crowds. Now comes to another sentence. Our walk with kings nor lose the common touch, or walk with the kings nor lose the common touch. If you are a good person, might be a bureaucrat, a king, queen, or a high class peoples might be called you for their personal work, you should accept their invitation and go to help them and go to show something good in their life, okay, and utilize your education, your skill, your talent in front of the good person, where they are going to appreciate you. If you become or mingle or got together with the high class people, you shouldn't forgive your middle class people, because you are one of the middle class son and you belongs to the poet Rudyard Kipling, who is a middle class person. So you are a middle class son. So you are making a friends of a good bureaucrats, good persons, a big persons in the life. So you should follow to them also. Along with, you should follow to your previous friends, previous peoples of your middle class, who have did everything good in your life to achieve a good path, okay, in your life, and who motivated, who inspired you to achieve such a good way in your life. So student, don't forget this, that if you're going to some another a way of life and going to something good in your life, then don't forgive your previous friends. So students, this is the main thing, that it should be memorized by you also. So don't give up your previous friends who did a good thing in your life and who inspired you in every stage of your life. All right, now comes to another sentence of this poem. This, okay, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much. See here. Here you have never give up your enemies, never give up your friends also, because if you are a good person, you didn't did anything wrong to anyone, then no one is going to hurt you. So the meaning of foes is here enemies. Okay, it is written here, the meaning of this word is written here, enemies. Okay, if neither enemies nor loving friends can hurt you, if you are a good person. Okay, if all men count with you but none too much. So here count with you means are important to you, all men are more important to you but none too much. But if you are neutral to everyone, if you are behaving in the same manner to everyone, then everyone are important to you, everyone are going to show their importance, okay, to you. So students, you have to take care about this, that if neither force nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, important to you, but none too much. Okay, if all men are so important to you, similarly, you are also important to them. So here no one is going to harm you. Okay, enemies are not going to do something to you. If you are good person, if you are going to behave in a neutral manner to everyone. Okay, now comes to another stanza. What this stanza tells us, if you can fill the forgiving minute, if you're going to fill this forgiving minute, okay, the forgiving minute is here. You shouldn't lose your seconds in sitting as it is idle. You have to be more productive, doing something every day in a good manner. You shouldn't sit idle. If you're sitting idle, then what it means, you shouldn't do something in your life. You have to be more productive, you have to be more achievable in your life. Okay, sitting idle is a person who haven't anything to do in his life. So he is sitting idle every day and he didn't bother about anything to gain in his life. So you should do anything, okay, any work which should be productive, which should make your life more productive and more valuable. So here, for unforgiving minute means here 1 minute. In 1 minute, how many seconds? 60 seconds. So you have to utilize every 1 second of your life for a betterment of the society. You should think for the society, you should think for your colleagues, your friends, your parents, okay, your loving ones or your siblings. Then only they are going to think something better for you also. So here, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, with 60-second worth of distance run. Why the poet use here the word distance run? In the distance run, we give our 100% to score a good rank in the race, okay, to score a first rank in the race. Similarly, you have to utilize every second of your life, okay, you have to show your 100% how you are running in a 100-meter race. So here the 60 seconds hard work is always be so hardworking, so it should be so utilizing rather than losing something else. All right, now comes to another sentence of this poem. Yours is the earth and everything that's in it. So if you going to behave everything in a neutral manner, in a good manner, so the whole earth belongs to yours. There is nothing to do something wrong with you in this world. So here students, this poem is very nice. So it's tell that here comes the conclusion of this whole poem. The poet tells to his son, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. So the whole earth belongs to you, and whatever here belongs to you also, because you made everyone a friend and you accepted everyone as a friend, and who is going to help you for a betterment of your development, of your growth. So here the word comes, yours is the earth and everything that's in it belongs to you, and which is more, you will be a man, my son, and which is more, you will be a man, my son, and this is more, okay, this is good for you and you are going to be a good man, of a good person, okay, my son. So here at last you are going to get the punctuation mark and exclamation mark, okay, this exclamation mark belongs to conjunction, okay, this is a grammar portion. So students, here in this poem, it is an inspirational and motivational poem, okay, and you can see if these kind of words are used in every stanzas of the poem. Is it? Why? So here a poetic device come out from this poem, that this poem is repetition. If is used in every part of every stanza, so it is repetitive in a mode. All right. Along with what you are going to learn from this poem is inspirational, motivational, repetition. How? Because if is used in every stanzas of this poem. Okay, here you signifies to son. Who is the son? Son belongs to Rudyard Kipling. Okay, and here Rudyard Kipling is a father. Okay, poet is a father here. Alright students, so recall this stanza again, watch this video again and again for a better understanding of a better theme of this stanza. So students, here you have a homework. You have a homework here. Okay, what is your homework? You have to write the short summary of the whole poem. Write it down in your fair notebook, the whole poem. Okay, watch every stanzas of the poem which were being uploaded in the YouTube. Watch again and again, and what you are understanding from this poem, write it down in your fair notebook. Means writing the summary of the poem. Okay, elaborating the poem in a paragraph or in a whole page or two page is called writing a short summary of the poem. So student, do this homework, and for the time being I will let all the question and answers related to the poem in the group. So after in coming videos we are going to discuss about another new unit of this textbook. So student, bye bye, take have a nice day.